Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal to make Emiliano Buendia bid in the coming days as part of summer transfer plan, and then we're going to look at Arsenal on alert as Zaha admits he wouldn't turn down summer move. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal to make Emiliano Buendia bid in coming days as part of summer transfer plan. So the reports are stating that Arsenal will be hoping to make some big changes in the summer after a difficult season. Arsenal have reportedly not given up on signing Emiliano Buendia from Norwich, and an official bid could be made imminently according to reports. Mikel Arteta made a few key changes to his squad at the start of the season, with the likes of Willian, Gabriel Magalhaes and Thomas Partey coming in. There was some disappointment though that they weren't able to bring in a creative midfielder, and the absence of a number 10 clearly affected them early in the season. Arsenal struggled to climb up the table as they lost 7 of their opening 12 league games. Goals had dried up with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang lacking service from the players around him. The Gunners wanted to rectify that in January as Emiliano Buendia emerged as a top target. Norwich weren't willing to sell in the mid-season transfer market, through with Arsenal moving their attention to Martin Odegaard. Mikel Arteta has been impressed with the Norway international during a short-term loan spell, but there remains doubts on whether Arsenal can secure his services on a permanent basis. Emiliano Buendia may not play centrally like Martin Odegaard, but it has been suggested that the 24-year-old is an alternative to the Real Madrid ace. CBS Sport claimed that Arsenal are yet to make an official approach to sign Emiliano Buendia from Norwich, but the report adds that could well change in the coming days, suggesting a bid is imminent. Clubs may well be keen to get business done early this summer, with the European Championships and Copa America taking place. Emiliano Buendia's performances this season for Norwich have seen him earn a first call-up to Argentina's national squad for their upcoming World Cup qualifiers, and it appears as though Arsenal are keen to try and get an agreement in place early to sign Emiliano Buendia before he jets off to international duty. It is also said that Norwich don't feel pressured to sell Emiliano Buendia, particularly as they're returning to the Premier League. But the Canaries' director of football, Stuart Webber, recently admitted that the club may well need to cash in on their star players to help with their own transfer goals. It might be that we sell one of the more in-demand players to help even fund bigger transfers, he told sports publication Pink. But that's us being open and honest and realistic, because we'd only sell one of them if it was right for us. We wouldn't just sell to build up a transfer fund, because maybe the better value is in keeping these players right now. I'm not going to sit here and say they're staying forever, because that's not right, but knowing that a player will ever be sold on our terms. If anyone wants any of those guys, they are going to have to break our club transfer record to even get me to answer the phone, to be honest. All three are aware of that. So it looks like Arsenal to make an Emiliano Buendia bid in the coming days, and you have to wait and see how this transfer pans out. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Arsenal alerts as Zaha admits he wouldn't turn down summer move. So the reports are stating that the Gunners have reportedly targeted the Crystal Palace wide man in the past. Arsenal are said to be on red alert this summer, with former transfer target Wilfried Zaha admitting that he could be open to a move away from Crystal Palace in the transfer window. The Gunners have long been admirers of the wide man, but any move is yet to come into fruition. He has constantly been linked with a switch away from Selhurst Park, though an interest is expected to be high this summer once again. Currently in the midst of his most prolific Premier League season, having hit 11 goals thus far, Zaha has admitted that he would not be against a transfer to match his ambition of playing at the top level. Talking to The Face, he said, "I feel like I can have another shot at the top teams because my dream is to win things. I'm good enough to go out there and compete with the best. If the opportunity came, I wouldn't turn it down because I feel like I deserve it. It's so I can show my kids that this is what Daddy won." The Ivorian's comments come amid Roy Hodgson's own departure from Selhurst Park. The veteran manager is set to depart the South London club at the end of the season after 4 years. He has also admitted that his Palace successor could potentially find it tough to convince Zaha to stay. I don't think there's any particular desire for the club to lose Wilf, Hodgson said, but the club are realistic and they know also that Wilf has ambitions of his own. Maybe he will be less keen to stay than we are to keep him, but if that is something that rears its head, there is a club coming to steal Wilf from us. That will be a situation the club will have to deal with. I don't envy the club or the new manager that problem, but I hope that now as a fan of the club rather than an employee, Wilfried will stay because he still has so much to offer. Meanwhile, former Arsenal boss Unai Emery has revealed that he wanted to bring Zaha in the Emirates in 2019, but instead the club opted to sign Nicolas Pepe. The Spaniard said, "We signed Nicolas Pepe. He's a good player, but we don't know his character and he needs time, patience. I favoured someone who knew the league and wouldn't need to adapt. Zaha won games on his own. Tottenham, Manchester City, us, incredible performances. I told them, this is a player I know and want. I met Zaha and he wanted to come. The club decided Pepe was for the future. I said yes, but we need to win now and this lad win games. He beat us on his own. Zaha still has 2 years left to run on his Crystal Palace contract." So it looks like Arsenal are alert as Wilfried Zaha admits he wouldn't turn down summer move. And it looks like Wilfried Zaha, being someone that the Gunners have reportedly targeted in the past, it could be a suitable option to play on either wing for the Gunners and even maybe play in that central striker role as a suitable Alexandre Lacazette replacement. So you have to wait and see where Wilfried Zaha will end up at the end of the summer transfer window, if he will still remain with Crystal Palace or with a new team. But it looks like Arsenal are interested and you have to wait and see how this transfer pans out. But other than that guys, remain blessed. Stay tuned for the next video and peace.